work tonight. Root work tonight. I'll be feeling so right. I got that root work tonight. Feeling fresh from the morning light. Root work hit me, I'm set for the night. Look good, smell right. Yeah, I'm that type. I gotta let the world know I got that root work tonight. Root work tonight. Yeah, root work tonight. I'll be feeling so right. I got that root work tonight.
Boom, there it is. There it is. What's going on, guys? Just putting everything up on social media. How y'all living, man? Everybody following in the room. Glad to have everybody up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to chop it up. How y'all living? Everybody give me a retweet. Let everybody know that we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your notifications, because sometimes they play little games with the notifications. Some people don't get them, but I hope you got your notifications. And give me some retweets while I'm posting everything on my social media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing that right now. Glad to have all of you in here. Starting a little late, but I'm here nevertheless. A lot of good stuff we're going to talk about. I won't be on too long because I still want to do my other Twitter space a little later. I like to do that. Just knocking the joints out back to back. But I'm glad you guys are here. We are in here, ladies and gentlemen, ready to chop it up like we always do. Let me throw some things up here. By the way, get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com. If you have not gotten your Rootwork deodorant, you get the legendary Rootwork deodorant right here at rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. And let me throw one more social media joint up here, then we'll be good to go. Hold on. Let me just throw one more social media joint up here, and then we're good to go. So you said I got the Uncle Willie Earl hat. Yeah, I'm doing the uncle look today. I'm doing the fly uncle look today. That's what I'm on today. All right, and y'all hit that HD, that high definition in the settings there. Everything feels and looks much better in high def, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me see. Let me shout out to some of my mods real quick. Let me shout out to some of my moderators in the building. Let me see who we got in here. Okay, where we at? Okay. We got, let me shout my moderators out real quick and some of the regulars. Oh yeah, shout out to the jacket. A brother sent me this jacket. Shout out, this is, I didn't design this. A brother sent me this. Shout out to the brother who sent me this fly FBA jacket. Much respect to that brother. I wish he was in here because I cannot recall the brother's name. So I got the Sinners hat on. Yeah, and you know what? I went to see Sinners again today. So I guess subconsciously I was feeling that old school Southern vibe. All right, let me shout out to some of my mods and then some of the regulars. We got, Yes Blah Blah. We got Macman Art, FBA 7, Yorkshire, Dion Theory. We got FBA Business, moderator Nikki the God. We got Epic Eric. We got moderator, our good brother Michael Wharton. We got Patricia Jenkins in the building. Shout out to everybody in here. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it, but y'all got to go see the movie. I'm not going to give spoilers because I know people do want to go see the movie, so go see the movie. Very proud of our brother Ryan Coogler. The movie, I think, didn't it? Hold on, let me do a box office tally of Sinners, real quick. Let me do a real quick box office lookup of Sinners while we're talking, because I don't want to give it inaccurate numbers. Hold on, where we at? Let me give it the accurate numbers. Let me go to Box Office Mojo. Hold on one second. Let me go to Box Office Mojo and see what the tally is for the movie Sinners. All right, let me share that with you guys. Oh man, let me show y'all this. This is Sinners. This is the box office Mojo. That movie has gotten $236 million worldwide, killing the game. Killing the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is how well that film is doing. This film is a phenomenal hit film. I went and saw it again. Y'all need to see it 2 and 3 times. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And remember, the Hollywood industry, the insiders were low-key trying to downplay the trajectory of the film. When it came out, they were on some, yeah, it got a strong opening, but it's going to decline. Don't get too excited. It's going to decline. And it didn't. It didn't. They were talking about it wasn't going to make a profit. It made its profit back in a couple of weeks. I'm so very proud of our good brother, Ryan Coogler. And I saw the movie again today. And you appreciate it even more the second time. There were a lot of little things that I was catching that I didn't catch on the first round. That was very, very good. Yeah, he's killing the game right now. Oh yeah, but they were saying it wasn't gonna make no money. Yeah, they were saying it wasn't gonna make no money. So it's a phenomenal film, and again, I want to see it clean up at the Oscars, especially with Ruth Carter, and I really appreciate the costumes. That sister really took her time and did a phenomenal job with those period piece wardrobe outfits. Yeah, and our brother Ryan Coogler will own the rights to the movie after 25 years, so he did a phenomenal deal. Yeah. So yeah, just a great film. It's a fun film. Just a great piece, man. So y'all definitely go see the film. Everybody, we got a lot of folks in here. Give me some retweets, everybody. Retweet me. Let everybody know that we're live. And also, everybody, give me a subscribe if you have not subscribed. Give me a subscription. Hit that subscribe button. What's up, Bernadette Simple? You saw it twice. That's what's up. Is that Cyber Regina? That looks like Cyber Regina in the thing, Bernadette. Yeah, but shout out to that, brother. A lot of things we're going to get into. But, yo, give me a retweet. Everybody give me a fly retweet so we can get into it, because we do have a lot of people in real early, and that's a beautiful thing. But listen, you know what's interesting? For the last couple of weeks, a lot of people have been asking me, a lot of foreigners, a lot of non-FBA cats have been asking me and others to chime in on what's going on with Burkina Faso. They've been asking us to chime in on what's going on over there. And Burkina Faso, the president over there, the guy who's assumed the presidency over there, Ibrahim Traore, I think that's how I pronounce his name, Traore, right? They kicked out the French. They were like, no, we want sovereignty. So we're going to get these suspected white supremacists up out of here. I tip my hat to that. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. So, you know, they're handling their business over there. They want their own sovereignty. And I got nothing but respect for that. And what's going on is the U.S. kind of chimed in. The U.S., you know, they got a puppet. They got Langley. They got him talking about there's some things over there that might not be on the up and up. Let me play a clip of Langley. So they got a black General Langley to put his 2 cents in, and it's like a kind of a low-key threat to Burkina Faso. A lot of people think that the U.S. might even invade Burkina Faso. So they got Langley, they got the black general to kind of accuse the president of Burkina Faso of corruption. All right, so let's listen to him. Hold on.
Want to replicate what we do best.
I can imagine a situation, though, in which the ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that inure to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Tory and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across. Even in Sudan, what's going on with the rapid support forces and Burhan of the Sudan forces, when you get down to it, is all about the revenue that can be drawn out of that. And there are nefarious actors in the CCP and sometimes Russia are complicit in those activities.
Yeah, so basically, they didn't gave him a script, and they got them a black front man to kind of set the atmosphere for them to do the dirty work behind the scenes, and they're trying to put a black face on it. Or let's be very clear, General Langley, this guy ain't got no real power. This guy is a front man. He's the black face of imperialism. But here's the thing. A lot of the non-FBA folks are really coming at foundational Black Americans like, hey, nigga, look at what your FBA general is trying to do to Burkina Faso, nigga. So yeah, he's doing his puppet work. So, that's not indicative of foundational Black Americans as a 43 million collective, because I don't know of General Langley doing anything for us. And he's not a representative of us. And again, he's just a puppet of the U.S. military. There's bigger power players behind the scenes really calling the shots. But we've been getting low-key threats. I'm trying to look up some of those threats from some of the people using Langley as an excuse, saying, hey, these FBAs need to do this, and the FBAs need to do that, and I've been seeing some low-key threats here and there. It's very interesting. Hold on, I'm trying to find some of these videos. No, I can't see them now. Okay, because somebody was sending me videos. There was a few of them. Hold on, let me play this video. This Jamaican dude. Let me play this one. But yeah, there were some videos where people are like, yeah, we're going to start attacking American citizens, nigga. I want to find the video. There was a guy like low-key talking about they're going to, because of Langley and the U.S. threatening to go into Burkina Faso, like, we will start attacking Americans and their children, nigga. Okay. Hold on, what's this? This is like some Jamaican dude. Hold on.
So we're here, U.S. Embassy, right in Jamaica. Every Rasta there. And we are sending a message to America. Enough is enough. We don't have to touch Ibrahim Traore. We don't have to touch him. We don't use Obama. And we don't bomb up. We don't bomb up down south and take the Gaddafi from away. We don't have to touch Ibrahim Traore. And enough more people will touch the way. Donald Trump and you, Mr. Langley, or where you want to name the captain, you need to understand. So the spirit of the ancestors are here. And the long time Black people are hold back. No, we don't hold back. If you touch Ibrahim, you touch Jamaican. Africans in Jamaica. And every American in Jamaica needs to be careful if you don't touch him. Are we serious?
Every American needs to be careful. Okay.
Dead serious.
Very serious.
We're very serious.
Very, very serious.
And I'm not talking to you.
No, and the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So that's in Jamaica. So there were some people like, hey, don't touch Ibrahim. Don't touch Ibrahim. Yeah. So I know it's kind of hard to understand what he's saying. But they're like, hey, America, don't touch Ibrahim. Don't touch him. I know some of y'all can't understand the guy. But again, a lot of people have, somebody said they ain't gonna bust a grape. But listen. Somebody said Langley ain't FBA. I don't know. I don't know Langley's background. Some people are saying that he's not FBA. I don't know. But here's the thing. I'm going to speak from my perspective because a lot of people have been asking us, like, what do we think about Langley's FBA? Nigga, what do you think about that? Listen, I disagree with any Western powers, and that includes the U.S., trying to interfere with the sovereignty of Burkina Faso. I would love to see Burkina Faso and any other African nation maintain their sovereignty. That's what I want to see. Because we got to understand the French, they're kicking the French out, but colonial powers, they never leave quietly. Historically, Western empires like France, they don't tolerate when former colonies assert their true independence. Just like with Haiti, they didn't like that. They're always going to try to get their lick back. So, Burkina Faso rejecting French colonial power, that threatens the illusion that colonialism is over. It's still here. And, Burkina Faso, they're setting to the Western powers, they're setting a dangerous example of Black autonomy. So you see, when a Black nation, when they succeed and when they expel a Western control mechanism and reclaim their resources, that inspires other people. See, that's what the Western powers are afraid of. They don't want them to inspire other African nations. Western powers, they fear a domino effect across Africa and then other oppressed people globally. See, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. See, because white supremacy, it requires, shout out to No Excuse Entertainment. White supremacy, it requires Black subjugation. See, white supremacy can't tolerate independent, sovereign Black leadership. See, they need Black nations to be dependent, chaotic, and corrupt in order for them to maintain a racial hierarchy. So they've always been like that, the Western powers. And they want the gold. They want the gold over there. Burkina Faso holds vast amounts of gold, so they're trying to say Langley is doing something janky with the gold. So again, kicking the French out, that threatens a lot of the Western powers' economic interest. And history has shown Western powers, they'll destabilize any Black nation that tries to control its own wealth. Like Patrice Lumumba, just so many people, the list goes on and on. Global, any type of Black liberation is treated as a security threat. See, in white supremacist systems, Black liberation, it's viewed as not justice, but as an instability to Western powers. See, the West treats any type of African or any Black self-determination the same way they treated the Black Panthers, Nat Turner, something that needed to be crushed and suppressed. You see? So listen, the West, they try to use that whole democracy thing as a weapon. And that's not a good look because there's not real democracy over here as we see. This is why there's a pushback. See, when people around the world see what the U.S. is doing, well, the white supremacist powers that be, what they're doing here, and true democracy is not being practiced, it's hard for them to go around the world wagging their finger about democracy because people are pushing back against the hypocrisy of that. You see? And we got to understand something. This isn't just the U.S. This is really NATO. This is the whole NATO thing. You understand? This is NATO. And the Western powers, they all clicked in with NATO. So, no. We gonna talk real. We gonna talk real here. So you stand with Langley. Some people are saying they stand with Langley. Langley is a puppet. Langley's a puppet. Langley ain't really doing nothing for us. He's Langley is doing the bidding of NATO. All right. Langley's doing the bidding of NATO, and Western powers, like I said, they use chaos as a control mechanism. If they can't own you, they'll destabilize you. So, they'll do the economic sabotage, proxy violence, the whole 9 yards. You see? So just understand, Langley is a proxy. He's not the architect. Even when he was doing that speech, that's not him talking. No, that's not Langley talking. Langley's just doing their bidding. Langley is reading a damn script. And he's the black face. He's the military Obama. Let's just be real. Yeah? But here's the thing. A lot of people are using that as an opportunity. So what are you FBA niggas going to do? What are you going to do? And my thing is, look, we're encouraging you to really step up. We're encouraging some of the non-FBAs or some of the people over there to really step up and handle your candle. Because look, Foundational Black Americans, we've always helped movements over there in Africa. I mean, damn, what more can we do? We've done enough. Yeah? And listen, y'all need to go holler at the NATO operatives. See, this is your chance to really stand on business for yourself over there. This is your shine. This is your time to shine. Yeah, this is your time to shine over there, ladies and gentlemen. Because listen, people are trying to put it on Foundational Black Americans to say something. And here's the thing. This is my thing. A lot of this is the issue that I have. See, the Africans, y'all got to handle that. Because you know why? Y'all come here and tell us racism don't exist. So y'all come here and tell us, oh no, nigga, ain't no white supremacy. Right? Y'all tell us ain't no white supremacy, ain't no colonialism. Everyone can make it if you just work hard. Racism and white supremacy is over. Imperialism is over. Y'all tell us that all the time. Okay. Well, damn it. Don't start talking about imperialism now. Now that the U.S. has the scope on your homeland now, because when it's on us, when we're getting our asses whooped and we have to fight back, stop fighting, nigga, if you just comply, nigga. Now the military, because we're used to dealing with the military. We're used to dealing with the National Guard. We're used to dealing with them. This ain't nothing new. We're used to dealing with them. We're not afraid. And we deal with them. We've been dealing with them for the last 400 years. Now that they're looking your way, hey, wait, FBI. Hello, yoo-hoo, FBI. Y'all calling us now? Okay, now y'all calling us? All right, that's why a lot of people like, we stand with Langley. I don't stand with Langley because he's a puppet. I'm just saying, y'all handle your business. You got to handle your business. Everybody's asking about the jacket. The brother who gave me this jacket, I hope you're in here, brother, because everybody wants this jacket. I love the jacket. The jacket is fly. But listen. Y'all gotta handle that. Listen. Foundational Black Americans, we don't run foreign policy. I mean, we've done a lot of things to influence revolutions and independence in other places. We've done a lot, but we don't, I mean, some of the stuff that they're doing, we have no control over NATO. We don't control AFRICOM. That's them doing that. So, these are the same people that over-polices us over here. And listen, y'all sit up here talking about how we benefit from the colonialism, but the thing is, y'all be running over here, immigrating over here. Y'all come over here to get the same benefits that y'all say we're getting unjustly. You're saying that we're getting unjustly unjust benefits, but you flock over here to get them. You get them too. So y'all need to handle that. See, Langley, he works for the NATO and the system. Yeah, just because he has melanin, he doesn't really represent foundational Black Americans. They use black faces to carry out white imperial agendas, just like they do with the African leaders over there. Before y'all start pointing your finger at Langley, you better look at all the Sambos and all of those African nations. You got 53 other African nations with Sambos in your way before y'all can point to some damn Langley. All right? There's 53 other Sambo-ran nations over there. All right? Again, and I rock with Brother Ibrahim Traore. I rock with him. I like what he's doing. I rock with him. More, but just like Julius Malema. I like Julius Malema. I like what y'all saw. I was very supportive of Malema. You're talking about getting rid of systematic white supremacy. I'm all for that. You see, and don't take that energy to foundational Black Americans. If you don't like what's going on, take that to them embassies. Organize at them NATO meetings. Yeah, we organize, protest over here against stuff. Y'all do that over there at them embassies. You got some of your relatives over in Europe. They need to be organizing over there. Yeah. Yeah, don't point the finger at Langley. There's too many corrupt African leaders over there for you to put it all on Langley. Yeah, Langley is like a nothing burger to us over here. Yeah. Because again, we've always supported your sovereignty. Any African nation over there, we've been all for the sovereignty. All of the independence movements, again, we were foundational Black Americans. We were helping write up the charters and the documents and some of the constitutions over there for many of those independent African nations. So we've always supported African sovereignty. And unfortunately, y'all been sending over the damn Myron Gaines and all of that people. So that's why people like that's why a lot of foundational Black Americans are kind of indifferent to what's going on. A lot of FBAs are like, hey man, y'all go get Myron Gaines to handle that. Y'all sending over Sambos out, and y'all want us to put our lives and put our energy on the line. You see? But the thing is, if you can criticize us here, you can organize over here too, or over there. You can organize. Yeah, use that freedom to build support systems for your homeland. See, the thing is, I don't like when people sit up here and tell us ain't no racism, and then when things go down, you want us to do the fighting for you because you scared, because you know that you might get deported. You see? You scared if you start saying anything over here, they might throw your ass in an ice truck. Yeah? And look, we're fighting systematic oppression, mass incarceration, tethers in law enforcement. We got a lot of fighting we're doing over here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got a lot of fighting over here. Like that Jamaican dude was like, oh yeah, don't. We stand with them, America. You better watch your back or whatever. Listen, we got to fight white supremacy and tether operatives right over here. Speaking of that, y'all remember in Memphis a few years ago, Tyre Nichols, that's the brother, he got pulled over by these black cops and they start beating on him and they beat him to death. He died. Tyre Nichols, that's his name, Tyre Nichols. Yeah, these, quote, black cops beat on him. And let me show y'all this. I tweeted this years ago right here. This is in 2023. 2023. So I said, these are the officers. I said, wait a minute. Is anybody else getting non-FBA vibes from these dudes? I'm like, wait a damn minute. I smelled Bammy. I said that, and boy, folks were so up in armor. Don't shut up, nigga. How dare you? Those are FBAs, nigga. Those are all FBAs. Now, the trial is going on now for those former cops. The trial is going on now. Where my Memphis people? So is the verdict tomorrow? Okay, because one of them took a deal. One of the main ones, he took a deal. Yeah, I think he's testifying against the other cops. And the prosecutor asked him some very interesting questions. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what the prosecutor asked this guy. All right? Desmond Mills. All right? Desmond Mills. Now listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. Hold on. All right. Bear with me. All right. Hold on. This is what the prosecutor asked.
Connecticut.
Hold on.
I'm from Connecticut.
And you're from Connecticut? You were born in Connecticut?
Yes, I was born in Connecticut.
Parents from somewhere else then?
Yes, my parents are from Jamaica.
Boom!
When you say Jamaica, when you say some other words, we can hear it.
Oh, yes.
So you have a little bit of a Jamaican accent with regard to some words.
Yes, I've been told that, yes.
Okay. Grew up in Connecticut.
Yes.
Did you go to high school?
Yes, I did.
Did you graduate high school?
You caught
Yes,
that?
I did.
Did y'all catch that? Oh, he got his ass. Yeah. Now, we got everybody doing lineage checks, ladies and gentlemen. We got everybody doing a lineage check. Got his ass. I told you it was some tethers involved. I knew it was some damn tethers involved. See, he tried to be slick. Oh, I was born in Connecticut. Where's your family from? Where's your parents from? And he reluctantly, Jamaica. Oh, the white man got him. I told you. I knew that was some FBA nonsense going on. I said that years ago, and they were the tethers were mad at me. Oh, I knew. No. Just the way that dude was doing. No, we don't really do. And I think the other ones are tethers too, to be honest. I think the other ones are tethers. I think listen, the tether class, those immigrants, they don't just work places by themselves. Let's be very clear. Those immigrants, those Caribbean, it ain't just one of them. It's a whole bunch of them working somewhere. They make sure they have a whole bunch of their colleagues, their fellow immigrants working in the same places with them. Just like when you go to a hospital, it ain't just one. It'd be about 5, 6 of them in there. They done brought their folks in there to work with them. Out here in LA, it ain't just 1 or 2 working in the parking lot industry. It's all of them. Yeah, they all network together and bring each other in. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't just one. That's what I'm saying. Them other ones look Caribbean and foreign too. I don't believe none of them are FBA, to be honest. Just by the way they beat on dude. We don't do that. We don't do no shit like that because that's cowardly. Yeah? Yeah, that's cowardly. And yeah, just because they were in Memphis don't mean they're from Memphis. I knew something was up because I rock with Memphis. I got a big fan base in Memphis. Memphis rocks with me and I rock with Memphis. And Memphis don't get down like that. Yeah, no, Memphis stand on business. Memphis don't get down like that, like what they were doing. Yeah, somebody said he had a Yakub head. Oh yeah, that head was, he was the head detective. Yeah, he was the head officer in charge. Yeah, he was definitely the head officer. Well, that head, when I saw that head, I'm like, oh, whoa, hold on now. Hold on. That nigga looks like a bully pit by the head. Hold on. Where your family from, my dude? Come on, we ain't got heads like that now. But yeah, just the way they beat on dude, that was so cowardly. That was cowardly. And you're a cop doing that. No, that ain't the Memphis vibe, man. Yeah? But look, there's a different energy out here right now, man. There's a whole different energy. Shout out to everybody in here. Everybody keeps asking me about this jacket. There's a brother sent it to me. I hope he's in the room because I would love to let folks know where to get this jacket. It's a fly jacket, and I would like to let them know. Because, see, people send me stuff all the time. People send me free clothes all the time. So sometimes I wear it. Sometimes somebody sent me a sweatsuit one time. I want to see if I still got it because my wife, some of the stuff, if it sits up too long, my wife be throwing shit out. And she throw out shit that I need sometimes. But somebody sent me I don't know what kind of material. They sent me a sweatsuit that looked like it was made out of a bunch of Crown Royal bags. They sent me a purple sweatsuit. I don't even know what kind of material that shit was. But nigga, it looked like I was like a trombone player for Earth, Wind, and Fire with this shit. It was real glittery and glossy. Nigga, it looked like some shit from the movie Aladdin. I'm gonna wear that shit one day. I tried to put it on. This shit, it was all ill. It didn't fit. It just didn't. It was like a Gordon Gartrell shirt. Y'all know what Gordon Gartrell from the Cosby Show. It was one of them Gordon Gartrell shirts. It had a Gordon Gartrell fit. The fit was off. Nigga, this thing was the most. Oh my goodness. But shout out to the people who send me this stuff. Oh man, I don't know who sent it to me, but shout out, bless your heart. Bless your heart. But listen, family, there's a new energy right now. There's an energy going on right now. The white supremacists are trying to be emboldened right now. And the energy is real different at this juncture. We've been talking about this case in Ohio. There's a case in Ohio where some black teens allegedly stole a car. One of the teens ran, and there was a retired cop, white cop. I don't know what he was out there doing, volunteering or whatever. He was supposed to be a retired cop. He saw the one of them run and shot the teen. And then, they did the whole, I thought he had a gun. Oh, he had a gun and all that horse crap about a gun. But the kid was fleeing and running away, and he shot him. Shot the black teen, 18-year-old kid. Unjustly, because you could have read, when white people steal cars, allegedly, if the car was stolen, I don't know. You arrest them and take them to jail for grand theft auto. That's what you do. You don't turn that into a murder sentence on somebody white not say so. So what happened was the father of the teen who was killed by the suspected race soldier, the father went out the next day and ran down a white cop. He ran over a white cop and killed him, allegedly on some vigilante retribution. And they had the arraignment for the father, and the cops came in trying to show a force of intimidation. It was about 50 police officers there in Cincinnati. They showed up and they were trying to be intimidating. Let me show y'all the news story of this case, because this is a hot topic and all eyes are on this case. The father's name is Rodney Hinton. All right, so this is the case. Let me show y'all the news story of it, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of people feel a certain way about this. Hold on, let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me bring it up a little bit. Let me get that sound together and let's play this. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
In Ohio say the man who allegedly rammed his car into a sheriff's deputy, killing him, did so intentionally. The suspect appearing in court today is the father of an 18-year-old killed in an officer-involved shooting on Thursday. The suspect charged with aggravated murder. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Tonight, authorities say the shooting of an 18-year-old captured on police body cam is connected to the death of an Ohio deputy after that teen's father allegedly hit him with
Yeah, so they in there real deep trying to intimidate him.
the car a day later. Prosecutors say the attack was calculated and premeditated. Cincinnati PD responding to reports of a stolen Kia at an apartment building Thursday morning. 4 suspects then fleeing police. Among them, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton. Body camera shows Hinton fall as he tries to run away. Police say they heard a metal clinking sound they believe was a gun.
He's got a gun on your right. He's got a gun.
As Hinton emerges from behind a dumpster, authorities say another officer firing 4 or 5 shots.
The officer says that he saw the suspect point the firearm at him.
Yes. Just 6 seconds.
Which he didn't. He didn't. They tried some I'm white and I say so. He didn't. You can't drop the gun and then point it at. No, he didn't. He saw this was a free kill.
Passed between when police arrived and gunshots rang out. Officials say they tried administering medical aid. Hinton was struck twice and died. Investigators saying this gun was recovered from the scene allegedly found in Hinton's possession. On Friday, a day after that shooting and 2 hours after the Hinton family reviewed the body camera footage, according to the family's lawyer, a driver crashing a car into a Hamilton County deputy directing traffic near a commencement ceremony, killing him. The suspect, authorities say, is Ryan Hinton's father, Rodney Hinton Jr. Hinton's attorney calling the officer's death a horrific tragedy. At his first court appearance today, Hinton walked through a room packed with law enforcement. He's now charged with aggravated murder. The Hamilton County Sheriff says the deputy's death was a tremendous loss. Hinton Jr. is currently being held on no bail. His bond hearing scheduled for Tuesday.
All right. So yeah, they tried to do the old I'm white and I say so. There was a clinking sound. I don't believe the kid pointing the gun at nothing. That race soldier thought it was a free kill. They thought it was a free kill, and right after the family saw the footage, they saw that it was a free kill. They saw that the reports basically didn't match up with what they saw on the camera. So the dad, well, I'm gonna have to get some vengeance for my son. That's what that looks like. And listen, it's a whole new vibe out here, man. People. Listen, you got this white supremacist woman in Minnesota who sat up here and disrespected and cursed out and called a 5-year-old special needs black child the N-word repeatedly. And white supremacists online gave this woman all types of money on Give, Send, Go. They gave this woman damn near $1 million for racially terrorizing a black child. So that's the energy people think they're going to be on. And that type of non-justice that they're trying to normalize, we're talking the law of physics. For every action, there's an equal or greater reaction. And in this case in Ohio, going back to Ohio, look, all those white cops came in there thinking that they were going to intimidate the father of this slain teen. The father, let me show y'all some still shots. Look at this. So they in there deep. Because again, I talked about this the other day. See, this isn't just about policing. A lot of these race soldiers, they look at themselves as maintaining the racial hierarchy. All right, and here's a shot right here. This is the thing that really has the white supremacists pissed off, because this man, this father who lost his son and who allegedly got vengeance for his son, he walked out of there with his head up. He didn't let them intimidate him at all. He kept his head up. Yeah, he didn't let them intimidate him. Hold on, look at this. Hold on. Oh, hold on, let me turn the music down. But yeah, he's walking out, and they're gonna try to get the little mammy with her wig to be the front person, but no. Yeah, he's walking out with his head up. He's looking them in their eyes. Yeah, he's looking them in their eyes like, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah? He's looking at them like it is what it is. All right. So family, listen. Yeah, the intimidation tactics didn't work, family. Listen, there's a whole different energy out here where people want to practice open white supremacy, and I'm talking about this from the standpoint of warfare. That retributive justice energy, it's inevitable based on history. Based on history. See, the thing is, if white supremacy is trying to become brazen again, based on history, the response is going to match that energy. Just like during Reconstruction and Jim Crow, whenever white aggression, it became real public and unpunished, where you just not going to punish nobody for harming black folks. Black retaliation historically has emerged. When injustice is normalized, resistance becomes survival. And I'm talking history here. I'm not saying good, bad, right, or wrong. I'm talking straight history from a history standpoint, and from the art of war standpoint, just warfare. See, when the justice system no longer when they don't even pretend that they're going to protect black life no more. See, when you have situations just over and over again, like Daniel Penny and people like Kyle Rittenhouse walking free, and you're making heroes out of folks who target black people. This white woman, y'all making a hero out of this white woman who verbally attacked, racially attacked a black child. You see that, and look, the victims of that, you're going to realize that, hey, the justice system, the court system ain't really going to help us. Law enforcement ain't going to help us. So naturally, people are going to act outside of those systems. That's inevitable. And the psychological saturation of this nonsense, it's going to reach a boiling point. Just centuries of trauma, racial terrorism, and no, that creates PTSD. Yeah? And today, a lot of black people, they're feeling spiritually and psychologically pushed to the edge. So listen, people are getting to the point where, see, the only thing they do is they scare you with two things, either death or jail. They scare you, they try to keep you in line, like if you fight back, you're going to either die, you're going to go to jail. When it at some point, it gets to the point where people stop fearing jail and death. That's when it's going to be a problem, and that's when it's a problem now. That brother in that video, he clearly didn't care about jail or death. You see, when folks stop giving a damn about jail and death, when you're like, hey, justice is more important, that's when it's going to be a problem. See, the art of war says, hey, you got to fight back. When you're backed into a corner from a strategic standpoint, when a group don't really have no political protection, no legal recourse, you're constantly targeted. Shit, what do you think is going to happen? Retaliation, that becomes a form of strategic deterrence. It's like if you harm us, there's going to be consequences, especially when you're attacking people's children. That's the thing. Just like with that white woman up there in Ohio and in Minnesota attacking these kids. You don't know whose kid you're going to attack. When you think you're out here attacking people's kids and it's going to be sweet, you don't know whose child you're going to attack. You're going to attack the wrong person's kid. Yeah? You will attack the wrong person's kid. Like that man there, that was the wrong person's kid. People are going to be like, hey, you're going to take my kid. I'm living for my kid. You take my kid. I ain't got nothing to lose. When people ain't got nothing to lose, it gets saucy out here. And a lot of black people, they just stop believing in just the appeasement part of the game. That old strategy of taking the high road, that lost its legitimacy. See, many people, they're recognizing that, playing the respectable citizen role while you're being slaughtered, that hasn't worked. And history, that shows that oppressors do not stop until you make them stop. Based on history. I'm just talking history here. I'm not saying, hey, yay, this is a history lesson. What I'm talking is straight up and down history. Listen, and also look, people look at retaliatory action. They look at that as an assertion of humanity. See, a lot of times when people fight back against justice, what they're doing is, in their mind, they're reasserting their value. Because the energy is saying, hey, we're not your damn doormats. We bleed, we love, we're going to defend what's ours. We have value. You're just not going to shoot us down like dogs any damn time you feel like it. All right? That's an evil and unjust system, and people are just going to retaliate against that. That's the law of human nature. The historic memory, man. There's that maroon energy, the Black Panther energy, the freedom fighter energy. That's still around. The Nat Turner energy, the Robert F. Williams energy, the Deacon of Self-Defense energy, Black resistance. It has had a place, though. The Black guerrilla family energy. So, that's ancestral. And so your ancestral memories will kick in sooner or later. I'm talking we've always fought back now. There's always been a tipping point where we said, okay, enough is enough. Even with lynchings, there were a lot of people who were fighting back against them damn lynchings. The Robert Charles riots, that was a black man who said in 1900 down in New Orleans said, hey, I'm not just going to get lynched without taking some of y'all bitches with me. And he took a couple of dozen people with him. And family, the optics of the whole black forgiveness, that's being rejected. Ain't nobody doing that no more. See, in the past, the forgiving racists and forgiving race soldiers, that was promoted as nobility, being noble. But no, you're not just going to be noble punching bags. See, now people are realizing that image, that's a form of submission. When you sit up here saying that you forgive these people, that gives them a green light. That's why you don't see all that forgiving talk no more. You see, you don't see all that forgiving talk, and you got white killers out here who get GoFundMe and they get paid millions of dollars by other rank and file white supremacists around the country, while black folks got to scrape up money to bury your dead relatives. And we're up here talking about forgiving. So no. No, history says otherwise. That energy, that ain't it. Ain't nobody on that no more. And when black people see that violence is the only language that these white supremacist race soldiers respect, that's what it is. See, historically, I'm just talking history. See, the white supremacist systems, they only yield and get some damn act right when they're faced with disruption, economic, legal, or physical disruption. So when all the other peaceful channels are blocked, historically, force, that becomes the last available language of power. Because they're always telling us to do things nonviolently, and when we take a knee, stop taking a knee, we're going to blacklist you. Hey, we're going to have a protest. If you protest, we just gave people the legal right to run you down in a car if you protest. So every time we try to do something peaceful, they come up with ways to punish us even more. So it's going to be inevitable. Somebody's going to say, hey, you know what? Fuck all of it. Damn this. Might as well crash out. Historically, that's what people are going to go with it. And look, there's a new vibe and a new wave of people out here that's willing to lose it all to gain it all. You see, there's a shift from just survival to dignity. See, a lot of young people today, man, they're willing to risk death, arrest, sacrifice, because they see there's no future in quiet submission. People that you're not living, if you're sitting up here, folks taking out your kids, what are you living for if you ain't really going out and crashing out for your kids? That's how a lot of people are thinking. So that's the material shift. See, when loss becomes inevitable, resistance becomes logical. Huh? Yes, I'm live right now. I am live right now. I am live right now. Shout out to everybody in here. We're in here for real, for real. But yeah, there's a whole new vibe. And people ain't on the bullshit no more. People are like willing to crash out for their kids. I'm telling you, you mess with the wrong kid, like that white woman. That white woman who sat up here and called a special needs child, because the child basically, he was a special needs kid, 5-year-old. I think he saw some snacks in her backpack and tried to get the snacks. This kid probably has the mindset of like a 2-year-old. And you see that. You see a snack. Hey, let me get a snack. She's up here. Oh, I was being robbed. Oh, this white woman, she was being robbed by a black. So she sat up here and called this kid all types of N-words. And all that I'm white and I say so nonsense where they think they're going to start playing games with kids. See, that's a real dangerous game. Because these white supremacists sitting up here supporting that white woman, that's sending a message where white people might think, okay, I can go out here and run down on a little kid, and then I open up a GoFundMe, I'm going to make me some money too. Y'all run down on the wrong damn kid, you going to play that game on somebody's kid, it's going to be the wrong kid, and you ain't going to make it to the GoFundMe. Don't let these white supremacists make you think this shit is sweet out here. Y'all pull up on somebody's kid, and it's going to be the wrong parent's kid to run up on with that bullshit thinking you're going to get you a GoFundMe bag. You see? Because, see, this is like a reincarnation of that whole Emmett Till thing. Remember the Emmett Till situation? Where they said a 14-year-old kid was sexually harassing this white woman. And then they lynched this child. And that's, that kind of kicked off the civil rights movement. But this is going to be a little bit different. The energy is going to be a little bit different. See, this is Emmett Till. The whole blueprint is being replayed because white supremacists, by definition, are cowards. So they always have to go for a soft target. Soft targets are women and children, especially children, because they know the children can't defend themselves. So what they have to do, they get a black child, dehumanize the black child, and then rally around the attacker of the child. Back then, they had lynch mobs and the court system. They protected, and we can't even say back then because Carolyn Bryant, they protected that woman until recently, until she died a few years ago. The white supremacist system generationally protected that woman. So, yeah, white supremacy, they still protect their own. Yeah? And incentivize attacking children. Yeah? And this time, see, Black America, they're watching and responding. See, in 1955, the media was controlled. So, Black people had limited access to some of those media platforms. So we had our own segregated Black press and all of that, but the world really didn't know what we were talking about within the communities. See, right now, we can document things, expose, mobilize in real time. So it's not going to be quiet mourning without reckoning. And, this day and age, you can't expect to harm no Black child and there's just going to be silence like that. The days of that passive grief, that's over. There's a rising generational energy that says, hey, you touch our kids, we're going to respond. Now, they did what they could do. And with the Emmett Till situation, it took about a decade for them to really, really turn up. From 1955 to the mid-60s, that's when, in the mid-60s, they tried everything and they said, okay, you know what? We tried marching, we tried protesting, we tried organizing, we tried to be nonviolent. Now it's turn-up time. You see, because they started taking out a lot of the Black spokespersons and the Black leaders, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, all these people. So the community said, okay, we might as well go for broke. Yeah. So yeah, that emotional and psychological terrorism, that's meant to them targeting kids. This white woman cursing out this kid and racially targeting a kid, and white supremacist society rallying behind the woman. See, that's not about the kid. That's about us. That's targeting us. That child has special needs. That child don't even know what's going on. The child don't even know what an N-word is. So That's them using the child as a proxy for us. The message is, hey, we'll attack your children. You understand? We'll attack your children, and yeah, what are you going to do? We still have the power. You see? So this generation is just not going to let another Emmett Till situation happen in silence. Yeah? Today, a lot of people are more organized. A lot of more people are more informed. A lot of people are more unapologetic. And this time, unfortunately for them, the response is going to be different. And people are not playing with these kids. People are not going to let you play with these kids. And again, you hit the wrong kid or target the wrong kid. We saw what happened in Ohio. And then the cops show up, they go up to the court in the arraignment trying to use these intimidation tactics that ain't working. You see, that's why there's a lot of get back. A lot of people are standing up for themselves, just like with Carmelo Anthony. He did not let those two big white males run up on him and punk him out. He defended himself. See, that's what a lot of folks are like, hey, why are these black people not bowing down? Why are they fighting back? Why are they standing up for themselves? So it's a whole different energy out here. It's going to be very, very interesting. Listen, anyway, family, y'all need to go to my, if y'all not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter so y'all can join my Twitter spaces. I do my Twitter spaces late night. Y'all need to follow me on that, ladies and gentlemen, because we chop up some real good game. Y'all need to follow me there. I got to find out the brother who made these jackets. Everybody's asking for these jackets. I'm going to find out that name for you. I'll put the link up when the brother gives me his link. I got to go through my DMs and find that. But anyway, family, y'all go to Hidden History Museum. Everybody make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. And at the Hidden History Museum website, you can get this phenomenal book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Very good book. Get this book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Let your kids see this. We talk about some of the revolutionary riders, people like this, a lot of unsung heroes. This is Osman. This was a Maroon leader. This was a man who was one of the leaders in the Great Dismal Swamp. A lot of folks don't know about this guy. Oh man, we got a lot of unsung heroes in this book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. This ain't Mother Goose. We got the legendary Biddy Mason. Biddy Mason in this book. We talk about the richest woman in California at one point. This is a great book for children, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of good stuff in here. A lot of good stuff in this book, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all need to get this book. This is at hiddenhistorymuseum.com, hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Hold on, let me show some other stuff in here. Guess what? You got the legend. You got the legend right here. You even got the legend in here. There you go. You even got me up in there. Good book. Read about me and other people. All right? Yes, indeed. So, yeah, get the book, man. Very good book. Get that book. It's a great, the kids love it. The families love it. It's a phenomenal book. Yeah, like, you got 3 copies? Yeah, people love the book. Ladies and gentlemen. By the way, later on this week, I'm gonna be down in Alabama again. I'll be down in Alabama later on this week for some family stuff. Anyway, man, y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Make that contribution to the Hidden History Museum, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm up out of here, man. It's been real.